Hello and welcome. I'm going to play the $20 spin and goes today. We are just hopping straight into the action, and this is a stake that I actually play sometimes. So we should have a couple of maybe even a couple of reads on a couple of regulars, or maybe not. I actually haven't played the 20s for a while, but maybe I recognize a couple of players. So I think this is the first very actually 10s is probably the first very interesting limit where you can earn substantial money, where you can live from I think almost everywhere in the world. Maybe except like Switzerland or something where it's like super expensive. But yeah, like if you're a pro, full-time pro and full-time grinding and maximizing the rakeback, then I think 10's the first limit where you can really earn good money. And yeah, with 20s, this is now it's getting like kind of serious. Going to fold his hand against a very likely regular player. Yeah, I mean, if you're living like in Brazil or Russia, where the cost of living is very low, then I think probably fives is the first limit where you see actually players paying for a living, right? Um, so yeah, um, not much to add, I think. And good. Yes. So GG poker. Right. I get this question a lot. And before you ask questions in the comments, is spinning goals actually beatable? And I actually already answered the question, and my answer is yes, 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 100%. Right? Every stake is beatable. Every stake on GG's from the 25s, ones, threes, fives, 100s, 200s. Every stake is beatable. There are more than enough examples. There are getting played quite a bit actually in the pool. But there's a big but, right? You have to maximize your rakeback. So if you have very little rakeback, and for example, there are a couple of countries like Germany, right? I always put Germany in there. They have very little rakeback. They have deposit limits. They like basically like if you're living in one of the countries where your government destroyed online poker, then you can't beat these games. Okay, at least not over like $10 stakes or something. That's why I mark every German who's playing 20s or higher as a recreational, right? So you have to have high rakeback. That's the key. So if you are playing, and this is important, I would say, from the 10s and above, up to the fives, just learn the game, get better, improve, 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 right? As soon as you play the 10s, you kind of want to get at least the minimum cash in the leaderboards and to play as high as you possibly can with the goal challenge, right? Now I don't have a goal challenge because I'm just doing the video, but you always have to have a goal challenge and you always have to finish it and try to get the min cash in the leaderboards. So if you get this right, then the games I'm actually folding this. It's a 3x. We're just getting awkward spots. But then GG is actually a pretty profitable site, and after Winamax, my second favorite site to play. And from the profitability, I guess it's same depending on the stakes. I would say they're like kind of close, and also it kind of depends what you like. Winamax, you have better software, 100% better software, super smooth and stuff. Um, you have more recreationals, you have lower rakeback, but you can play with HUD, right? As soon as the stakes are getting higher, like 50s and above, they sometimes like kind of tough, and sometimes like 100s, 200s, and 500s. You sometimes have like also like low traffic, and you might have to like, battle the rags and stuff, right? Which is kind of tough because you don't have like super high rakeback, and you have to go like through the loyalty system, right? On GG Poker, I think low stakes are clearly more profitable on Winamax. And if you just start the game maybe it's also better to learn the fundamentals there because you can also use a HUD and stuff, right? However, on GG, as soon as you get to the 10s, 20s, 50s plus, etc., it is getting a very, very good side, very profitable side. You just have a lot of players. There's always action, and I think it's just not getting worse. It's actually getting better because more people are attracted to the site. They do a lot to get the recreationals in here, right? So yeah, I kind of like it, but also couple downsides. Like sometimes I kind of don't like the software, even though they make it very fun and interesting, right? So you have like the nice emotions, and you have like it's very fun for recreations to play, and that's the most important thing, right? It doesn't have to be convenient for the regulars. It has to be fun for the recreationals. That's the most important thing. But I think both, like Winamax also added the emojis and stuff, so it's fun for recreations on both sides. But yeah, I think it's not even close. Like Poker Stars kind of dead, Party Poker kind of dead. I think these two sides are probably the go-to options. I don't have much experience with WPN or like the small sites like 888 and stuff. I heard they might be good, but again, not much experience. So I can only talk from my experience, and that's like on GG and Winamax. And so yeah, they are profitable, but you have to maximize the rakeback. Basically, what I want to say. But then the hourly, I think on the 20s, I also get this ask a lot. I think if you're good, you can probably make like around $50, $50 an hour, maybe, depending on how much you can grind, how much you go for the leaderboards. But I think this is already like quite good, I would say. So don't expect too much. Don't expect like $100 hourly. But I think like a $50 hourly for most people in the world, it's like elite. It's an elite hourly, right? So even 30. I think 30 is very achievable. 50 is like very good, right? Very good. Yeah, it's yeah, but I mean, it's for these stakes, it's very very good. Of course, if you go high in stakes, increase your hourly, you also increase the variance dramatically, right? So variance can be crazy, especially on the 100s and 200s, even on the 50s, because your chippy V is kind of low, right? So here, if you have like 12 chippy Vs on the 50s, it's very good, right? Yeah. So I don't have like big numbers, right? But also like on the 200s, if you're playing with like 6 or 7 chippy V, then it's very good, right? Because you can get this high rakeback, like 90%, whatever. But if your true chippy V is like 5 chips, then you can easily run 10k games at -5, right? It's easy, and that's like you just lost 100k or something, right? So like the variance is just insane, and the ocean rewards actually, yeah, yeah. Just read the article. We just brought up an article very lately, and you can see our yeah, our take on the new system, cashback system. It's yeah, like we didn't sugarcoat. It's honest. It's a very honest article. What we think about it, and yeah, it's a great article. So very worth reading. I hope not to forget to put the link in the thing, like in the description. Yeah, actually, the king, the queen is very double barrelly hard, so you can double barrel this a lot. So I'm just going to jack again. Also, just like half potish. If you have a king, you're betting bigger, right? You're not betting half pot. And now he's betting 6. What does he want me to believe? But on the king, also usually people don't bet, except he's from Argentina. Right? I'm just going to call because I think he can be super random here. The queen probably not betting this big, so he's representing a king or a flush, not the queen, right? So I'm going to call. I think this is easily over bluffed. This is a very nice value bet, right? So my assumption was that he's not capable to make these value bets. right? I was quite wrong. So he was capable to do this, but like on the spade, I mean, the king is actually a very good card for the queen, right? So it makes me less likely to have a king. But a flush draw was very likely as well. So usually people kind of slow down on these, and they don't value bet that thinly, at least not with this sizing. So I think on like on average, this assumption is very true, and people are not really capable. So I give him a lot of credit to make this value bet. And yeah, against some players I can fold there for sure. Against others, I'll never fold. Good, 8-6 suited. We're going to call this against an all-in. We even dominate a couple of his all-ins, like 5-6 suited, 8-5 suited and stuff. We are always performing relatively good against most hands. Okay. Yeah, that was a very interesting call down. Yeah, let me know what you think about my thought process with the Jack X call down. If you think it's true, or if you think that yeah, it was kind of obvious, and everyone is value betting the Queen X there. If this is the case, then this was not a good call because yeah, bluffing. Yeah, he can still bluff, but then he has way more value combinations, right? Okay, well, we'll give him a rag tag. I think he's very correct. King Jack suited. I'm not going. I think it's a very playable hand, and yeah, I treat it as the nuts. So I play it as if I have the nuts because an ace X is kind of unlikely. He'll open jam most, like all of his offsuited ones, and people even over open jam suited ones, right? So I'm just like GT always they should like min raise more of the weaker ones. Uh, Honestly, I actually don't like this card. He'll slow down with his barrels, right? So he's not going to bluff that much anymore. Still going to bet and hope he has something he can call with. Maybe he has a king queen and queen 10 that they're going for a check call. Yeah, but don't really much. Yeah, like if he has a jack, it's good. I'm actually happy that he's calling. He can have king 10. Yeah, I mean, I am beat by a couple of hands. He can have aces, he can have queens, he can have queen jack. I'm still value betting, right? Still value betting. I mean, yeah, he has aces. Like, it's just set up. If the situation would be reverse, same thing was happening. So I didn't lose a hand in this hand because if this situation is getting played out like 100 times, I'm like losing it all. But with aces, I'm also winning it all the time, right? So this situation didn't didn't move the needle with the EV. This is not how you make money, right? So if you're playing against a regular and this is a pure setup, you didn't win a single cent, and this is a very important to understand for your brain, and you always have to tell this to you till you really understand it, because all the situations kings with ace preflop and stuff, like we are getting like semi tilted, but we're getting it back at some point, right? So if we have queens, here's kings. Next time we have kings, here's queens, right? And then we have the upswing, and like there's always like summer and winter, um, also in poker, right? So if you implement this kind of mindset, only trying to see the edges, so where you did play a situation better than your opponent would, this is where you're making. And this is where we make a lot of auto profit against recreations, right? So recreations just like he's limping the button, we won. Like we automatically won money because this is something a mistake we never would do, right? He's donking a flop, we automatically winning money. So all these situations, automatically money is coming our way. So yeah, celebrate every mistake, every fish move, because this is actually where we are paying our where we are paying our bills from, right? Um, yeah, and don't be sad or mad on the setups. Right? But yeah, easier said than done because we're all humans, especially in downswings. We're not that easy. Against the 2.5, I might just call, but against the 3x, I don't see many folds usually, especially not when I have only 10 big blinds. Lynn, here's king queen, having a flip, which is not what we hoped for, but yeah. Take it. Better than him having queens, right? Again, setup, jacks against king queen. Everyone is just playing kind of the same. So spot where we won money. Well, time. Running hot, hoping he's folding. Yeah. Thoughts? Okay, 8-6. It's a jam. It's by far the best outcome. 3.3. Close, because calling, we can call quite wide. Like I think 7-3. Yeah. I mean, maybe I was off 0.1 or 0.2 big blinds that I should have called, but yeah. Even if it's a call, here we have everything. Even if it was a call, it's come on. Maybe dominated with a 4-3. Hey, got me there. Jack 3, 4.3. Bam. Nice. Now we dominate. Aha. Super. Here we go. Playing again. So, let's say it like this. Now I'm playing maybe 4, 5, 6 games for the stream, right? These games, I'm not having a goal challenge. Definitely not going to hit the leaderboards because I'm not going to play afterwards. So these games will be very low rakeback games. And therefore, these games won't be profitable, right? So these games I'm playing now, these 4 or 5 games, they're not profitable, no matter how good you are, right? Because I'm not getting the rakeback from the gold challenge, which is like pure rakeback without the PVI. I'm not getting like the rakeback from the leaderboard, right? So without this, it's not really it's not really beatable, right? So you need to have like at least like 70% rakeback or something. Just because the rec ratio is too high. If you have like 20 chippy Vs on the 20s here, it's elite, right? It's like really good. And most people don't have that. Maybe a handful of people have that. Most people are like around between like 12 and 16 or something. I mean, the upper end is already pretty good. But then, like, if you don't have really high rakeback, you're just like winning apples, right? So, rakeback. Up. But also don't overdo it, right? So don't add like 2 tables, even though like don't play 8 instead of 6 because you think you kind of have to. No, like playing 6 tables is fine, right? So this is like with 6 tables you can do the expected rakeback for sure. Under that, yeah, if you have a lot of time, then as well. But yeah, you'll need quite a lot of grind then. Like if you're playing just 4 tables, it is doable. But then like for the gold challenge, yeah, I think you should probably to do at least the challenge 4 when you play the 20s. Min cash the leaderboard, right? For min cashing the leaderboard, you need like 30, maybe even almost 40k. On average, 35 and 40 at least, like from the day of this recording. So yeah, do the math. How many games you have to play and how long you have to play for that. But yeah, like 8 hours challenge 4 should be the thing you should aiming for. And if you have the 32k, stay up in the morning if you're from Europe and try to defend your leaderboard. The leaderboard is very valuable here on GG because if it has the 50K, which usually it's what is running currently, then it's a $50. Get a $50 ticket, so it's 2.5x, and it's like converting to like 10 to 15% rake back, which is quite a lot. Oh yeah, I hope I could give you a couple of tips. I mean, if you're a GG regular, you probably know all these. Let's just assume he's a rag. Against a rag 7, big man's queen 60. That's fine. Fine with that. Okay, we win. Good. Yeah, I'll wrap it up for today. I think we got a couple of valuable information in here. And if you want to see other live plays on GG or Winamax, then just watch our YouTube channel. There are plenty of these. Also a lot of other free content like strategy videos and stuff. And yeah, check out our learning path. And yes, subscribe if you want to see more of these, because without your subscriptions and without your views, it doesn't make sense for us to do content on YouTube, right? So hope you enjoyed and see you soon. Bye bye.